and we're in France. It's myself, Ron Skitter, on the stream, and with me in the comms box, I've got Nicholas, otherwise known as Razor, a fellow Tier 2 driver. Hello, Nicholas.
Good evening, Ron. How are you doing?
Yeah, man, fine, and you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good, let's just see, how many drivers do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, a couple here.
Yeah,
But I
believe it's 14.
14, so I think we are going to, looks like it's full qualifying.
Yeah.
So we'll have Q1, everyone will go through. Q2, we'll look for the top 10. Then we'll have Q3, and then we do a 50% race. If you're new to FTRF1, what we do is a 50% race. We've got the only assists we allow is assist. Oh, there, and I see it's rain in France in Q1. To be expected.
Doesn't that bring back memories, Ron?
Very painful evening last night with rain. Let me get some telemetry up for us.
Yeah.
There we go. It's 15 drivers. And welcome back to Buddies. Welcome back to FTRF1. And welcome Killerbean.
Yep, welcome guys. Welcome back.
Yeah, this looks like we can't see much, but it looks like probably intermediates.
Yeah, look. Oh, I see Warlock is out on softs.
Oh, let's follow Warlock. Let's see. Yeah, there's no standing water. A couple of drops. This might be a good call, you know. Go out, see if the track's got anything to offer. Put a lap in. Any dry lap that you can get to work is quicker than an intermediate lap. So maybe everyone else is sitting in the pits, by the looks of it, waiting for Warlock to show us.
Yeah, Warlock's the only one out.
Let me go on board with Warlock. Yeah, it doesn't look like
I see
it's that wet.
Out. I'll go out with him.
He's also out on the softs as well.
Righty, most of the people are coming out on softs as well.
Oh, there we go. Warlock out. Avilach out. Red Fury out. Yaku out. Nam Assassin out. Bob out. Eugene out. Buddy's out.
Yeah, so the only people left in the pits is Josh, Grimjaw, and then Manu. Oh, then Manu went out. So it's only 2 people left in the pits. Okay, well I think I'm going to follow Warlock. He'll be the first to set a lap. He's in the final sector now. Last few corners. Looks like he's able to get traction down, I think. Clean enough lap if he... Maybe a couple of upshifts. Yeah, it sounded like he needed an extra upshift there to get traction. So what's a good dry time? I would say a good dry time is in the 128s. It's not too bad.
And I wonder with these conditions, I guess a second or 2 slower maybe already.
Yeah, so I would say you would look at the 130s if I'm not mistaken in this condition.
Yeah, just on the stream, Ronald, welcome. Henry, all the regular faithfuls. Yeah, just watching Warlock through the S's in Sector 2. Yeah, he's not really struggling that much to get the power on, so I think definitely dry weather. I can't tell if it's raining more or less, but looks pretty much the same. It might not get any wetter for Q1, but there's 14 minutes left, so that can change very quickly.
Oh, most definitely. I see Gerard actually looking very good on the softs.
Yeah, let's go to Gerard. It's his... let me check quickly on our stats. This is his 4th race. 5th race now in Tier 1. He used to be Tier 2 driver. And I think he's done pretty well so far. 5th place and an 8th place. 5th was in Monaco. There was a very nice race from him. Kept it very clean. We won't mention 2 DNFs.
That would just be mean.
Okay, so let's... I see Warlock actually went into the pits.
Yeah, he invalidated his lap, so I'll carry on watching here because he's about to finish a lap. Yeah, in the high 130s, so definitely not a dry time. 138.4 is the time.
I see Yaku on a 135.1.
There we go, Yaku runner up in Season 2 in the Championship, a 135.1, very good time. Red Fury gets a lap in.
Bob 134.5.
So where we are right now, Bob 134.5, best time so far. 135.1 from Buddies in the Williams. Yaku 135.1, Eugene 135.3. Red Fury 35.7.
Oh, he's redoing it. Oh, he invalidated his...
Invalidated, so he's got to go again. Let's see, so 5th was Red Fury, 6th Nan Assassin. Kilobin 137, Khea 138.
Manu's the next person to pass. We'll go through the finish line.
Yeah, let's go to Manu. He's in the final few corners. Looks like he had to have a second look at that corner. So it is a tricky one to get your timing right. I guess the grip isn't properly there in these conditions.
See what he does. (136.1) puts him in 6th position.
Yeah, you can't see much scenery in this track, so we don't really know what France looks like, but I can tell you this track is probably the most colourful.
Yeah, definitely, especially with the blue.
You can see Manu doing exactly what I did last night in quali, just cut straight through the corners, a lot of runoff areas.
I see Grimjaw's going to be next to pass the finish line. Let's have a look at him.
Let's see, Grim, he hasn't put a lap in yet. Everyone so far is still on the soft, so they're still working just fine.
What a lap, 134.2, well done.
Yeah, that's
I see Heinrich invalidated another lap. He's going for his 3rd lap now.
oh dear, yeah, he just needs to keep it calm. I think Heinrich's not a slow driver at all, extremely competent, very consistent,
I
I'd
mean,
say as well, but he must just keep his head and stay calm.
Yeah, in this quality, I mean, everybody's going to go through, just put up a banker lap.
Yeah, you can hear he's just in the perfectly dry conditions. You would have taken that corner flat out. You had to lift on the throttle there. This is a nice section, Nick, that Abilach's going through, nice and fast through there. You can carry a lot of speed through there if you get your timing right on your turning into both those corners.
I do see that his fuel light is on. I really hope he makes it.
Yeah, it's tough to say. You can't really see from the spectator view exactly how much fuel he's got. For those who don't know, from the driver's view, you know exactly. It tells you 1.5 laps or 0.6 laps or whatever. You can change your fuel mix between low, what is it called? Normal,
low,
rich,
medium. Yeah,
no, low,
rich.
medium, rich, and then in quali mode you get a max. Okay, Abilach is obviously, you're right, he's out of fuel, so he is coming into the pits. Let's see who's out on track. Titus, he hasn't put a time in yet. He's also...
So Titus is going to be the next person to cross the finish line. Oh, sorry, I see Josh is in front of him, so let's have a look at Josh.
Yeah, let's actually go to Josh. We haven't mentioned him. And Josh now in a Alfa Romeo, so if you were looking for him in the Williams, that's no longer the case. Josh goes
136.1.
136.1. Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a pushing lap. I don't think the conditions.
I see Warlock
are
is missing a front wing.
Yeah, Warlock we saw last week really struggling in quali. I think he changed a wing in about every quali session. Let's hope that's not what he's going for tonight, but it'll just be a banker lap. It'll be very slow,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay, so it's only Abilach that needs to put up a time.
Yeah, I think nobody else out on track. I suspect Abilach will come out. We'll just hang around and see. And there he does come out now.
There we go, yeah. He just left the pits now. So I don't know if one of the drivers can just maybe leave a comment on the stream saying what the weather would be like in the race. As we know, last night we had a rainy qualifying, and then our race was dry, and then the last, I would say, 15 minutes or so, it was raining again, so it did really make it fun.
Yeah, I kind of like a race with these changing weather conditions. It always opens up opportunities, changes it up a little bit. So if it's a completely dry race, best strategy, Nick, medium hard?
I would go with a medium hards, but if you really can look after your tires, I would say soft hards as well.
Yeah, on this track I find this fairly hard on tires. Not the worst track, but it's not too kind on tires. So
Yeah.
you've got to look after them. Look, there's a lot of fast corners, a lot of traction zones. The front left I found was the issue. There's a few corners where you really lean on it, and that's always the challenging tracks, right? When there's a tire that's let's go quicker than the others.
Yes, it is. Okay, let's see. Avilach started his lap now.
These S's, the first one, and then there's I think two others on this track. The tricky part is to carry, I think, a lot of speed into the first corner, but the exit of the second one is the key one.
Yeah, the exit is really important.
Because each one of those exit onto a straight, or at least a semi or short straight, so all of them need a good exit. Avilach showed to us purple sector 1 there.
Yeah. This is also a very nice S.
Also nice is carry speed, but more importantly, yep, cut it down the inside, get on the power as soon as you can. I think even if you don't go on full onto the power at first, you just have to feed the power as soon as you can to get the drive out of there. Absolutely flat out corner, doesn't look like he lifted there. And then this corner, you just throw it in, and it's a bit of patience as the car decelerates all the way through that corner. And then this one is hard to time that turning to the left, so you can get a straight enough exit. Yeah, very nice, very clean. No drama there. This corner, there's one or two ways to go. You can do the way Avilach did it. You can tuck it in on the left. I think he kind of missed the apex on the exit there. You could probably exit a bit straighter. But this looks like all in all should be a very decent lap. Yeah, 136. Yeah, and we only have 15 drivers in our lobby, so everyone will go through. And I see someone missing tonight is Ronald, our race winner from last week.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that he's not racing tonight.
There we go. Not much I think we can tell from that. It's everyone qualified on soft tires. There was a bit of rain around. We saw traction wasn't perfect. Times are about 4, 5, 6 seconds off the pace. And no one really had to push. Everyone's going through in this after Q1. So yeah, Q2 we will lose 5 drivers. There's something to fight for, so the times will ramp up.
Yeah.
And again, Henry or someone listening, maybe if you know one of the drivers or sitting near one of the drivers, can please let us know if you know anything about the weather for Q2, Q3, and maybe for the race as well. And this looks cloudy but dry. I don't think any rain, so there we go. What are we expecting? Most guys to at least pretty much try the mediums, I guess.
Yeah.
I think the challenge is if the race is wet, I suppose everyone should come out on the softs, because then you get a free tyre choice at the start of the race if the race starts in wet.
So I see Warlock is the first one out. Let's have a look.
Oh, let me get my telemetry back on.
So he's on mediums.
There we go. So that to me is a clue that the race might start dry, Nick.
Yeah.
Let's
see.
see.
I see that there's only 4 drivers on softs. Or actually 3 now. So
Titus, Killer Bean. I may be surprised Eugene. He's pretty quick in qualifying. I thought maybe he would try on the mediums, but he's still in the pit. He hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Next driver out, Gerard Buerta, Barry's, Killer Bean and Yaku. But as we had in Q1, as we had last week in Canada, Warlock out trying to get a lap in before it gets busy out on track.
So I'm just going to be on board with Warlock, as he's going to be the first one to start his lap.
Oh. Got a bit punchy on the throttle there.
Getting too excited.
Yeah, Warlock, otherwise known as Austin. We don't want to see any more wings, Austin, please. Just this view, if you watch the broadcast view of that right hand he just went through, it's actually, you can see what a long corner it is.
You see, that curve that he hit there is a very dangerous curve.
Cool, I'm going to go on board with Warlock. Nick, maybe talk us through the lap.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're going to go into the first S-bend. It's really important not to overshoot or to go too deep, otherwise you're going to lose a lot of speed on the second as you're going out of the S-bend. Although you did it quite good. Right, going into the second set of S-bends, so it's very important to cut it on the inside and then stay on the inside here. Right, touch the curve on the inside here again. Oh, great. Cool. Then down a straight here. You see your exit is very important in the previous S-bends there. Going into the next set of the S-bends. As you can see, you've got a lot of corner you can cut here on the left hand side as you go in. Let's see if he does that. Beautiful. Stay on the inside on this curve. Touch the outer side. Beautiful. Much throttle as possible.
Yeah, that's that straight exit we're talking about, eh?
Beautiful exit, yes. Going into the long corner to the right. It can get tricky if it's wet, but it's dry, so you can go full taps. Yeah, you have to just be careful as you have a little uphill you go. Yeah, too much power and you can slide out. Just be careful with the curb. So exit is very important to get that power out. Into the next set of corners. This is a very important corner, your last corner. Beautiful, let's see what he's
that looked like quite a good lap. Quite a good lap.
Let's see. On mediums, that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
130.6 is very good.
Yeah.
Let's see who it looks like they're next on track.
Look here.
There we go. Gerard Buerta completes a lap. So does Yaku in the 131s. That just shows you how good Warlock's lap was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Red Fury, you're right, he is next.
Oh, 130.4.
On the mediums, 130.4. Very nice by Red Fury, otherwise known as Regan. Killer Bean on the softs, he does a 120.7.
129.7, yeah, that's good. Oh, Bob, 129.7 on mediums.
There we go, Bob. His first season in FTR, that's very nice. 129.7. A lot of guys would struggle to do that on the softs in quali, eh? That's a very good lap.
Yeah. I see
Eugene
128.9.
smashes it. And you see, that's the pace from Eugene. That's why I'm surprised he didn't try the mediums. I hope he didn't overcook those tires. He'll start the race on those. He'll probably retire from the session. I don't think Eugene's going to come out again on that time. Almost everyone's put a lap in. Let's see, Eugene 121.9. That's on the softs. Killer Bean also on the softs, 129.7. Nice lap, Killer Bean, in your first race with FTR. Bob, the winner of the medium so far, 129.7. Brilliant lap. And there we go, Josh as well, brilliant lap, 129.9, also on the mediums.
Well done, Josh.
And then Warlock, 130 dead, still a very good lap. So is Torment, also on the mediums, 130.2. Red Fury, 134. Manu is 8th. Yaku currently 9th. He's going into the pits. Nam Assassin, his teammates, is the benchmark for the drop zone in a 131.4. I think he's got a bit more time in there. Definitely. Gerard Buerta, is he coming into the pits? I think. Can't quite tell, but he's in the drop zone, so I don't know if he's going to go pit and grab some softs and try again. Avilach as well.
Barry's into the pits now.
Barry's as well into the pits. Something wasn't lacquer. Let's see, Avilach is on a lap on the mediums. I haven't watched his sector time, so I can't tell you what he's done. Yes, sir. 130 well dead.
Great lap.
We like that lap from our league owner Heinrich, otherwise known as Avilach.
I'm just going to be on Grimjaw. He's going to be next to complete his lap.
Yeah, let's watch Grim. He's very used to getting poles in Tier 1 now. He's been doing it for probably the last year. And he's on the last straight, so we'll know very soon. He's trying it on the mediums as well.
Oh,
goes third.
129.6. Well done. Oh, Barry's now on softs.
There we go. I don't know if Josh did another lap, but 129.2 on the softs.
On mediums, you mean? Sorry.
On the mediums.
Yeah, that's a great lap.
That is a fabulous lap, and that's going to make for a very exciting race indeed.
I don't know about you, but I'm seeing some raindrops again.
There are definitely a few drops.
But that's why Barry's went in for softs. If the race is going to rain.
Yeah, so let's see who's currently in the drop zone. It's Yaku. His first lap was 131.1. That was on the mediums. He's out on the softs. Nam Assassin has retired, so he will probably start at least 12th, maybe 13th, 14th after Barry's and Titus puts a lap in. So he'll have a free choice, a lap tire. He's happy with that. So is Gerard Buerta. He's also retired. And then Paris, he's on an outlap on the softs. Hopefully the rain isn't anything hectic. I think we had something similar last night. I think this kind of rain doesn't affect you that much for a while.
Yeah, it's normally after the third lap.
Okay, I am watching Barry's, by the way, so he is soon to start his lap.
I see Warlock switched over to softs now, Manu as well, and Yaku.
Yeah, strange. Warlock was 6th. I think he may have been fairly happy with that. I'm not sure. I think it's safe. I think the 130 dead is probably safe at the moment.
See what Barry does.
There we go. Barry's on his first race, so that's on the softs in Q2. He didn't complete a lap at all on his run on the mediums. Not sure if he knew the rain was coming, but he does seem to be carrying a lot of speed through these corners, so he's definitely flying on the softs. Purple sector 1 indeed. Yeah, he's getting power down and very beautiful lines. No drama, seems to be flowing it very nicely. And again, I'll just show you on board through these S's, cuts it nicely, then tries to get it as straight as you can by the time you get the power on. Absolutely tucks it in on the left. That's the shortest line.
He should still be full on the throttle through here. You just drifted in, touch the curb on the inside, slightly on the outside. Just a dab of brake every now and then through here. Try and get the power on as soon as you can. This left-hander is about timing, and he touches the curb, and a nice straight exit as well.
Wow, that was beautiful.
No, this is a very nice lap to watch from Barry's. Killer Bean is out of his way, no drama there. And again, yeah, starts the corner nice and wide, so he gets the power on straight.
This is going to be a beautiful
This
lap.
is going to be good. Yes.
129.1.
Yes, very nice. I think given that there are a couple of drops, that's definitely a very good lap. Only 2/10 is the difference. Now let's see who else.
Looks like the rain's coming down much harder.
Yeah, I'm going on board with, let's say, just Yaku for a while. Was on a lap. I think he's abandoned it now on the softs.
I see Warlock's gonna go over the finishing line. Let's see what he does.
There we go. Warlock, he's done the softs as well.
128.8.
Yo,
Wow,
yo.
well done.
There we go, son. Very nice. So we were
Beautiful.
talking nonsense about the weather conditions. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see, buddies. I think he's coasting. Yep, he's on a in lap. Yaku might have another lap. There's time to go, but he might be fine on 6th. There we go. Titus is on a lap. He's also on the softs. Yeah, he goes a bit deep there, misses the apex slightly. I haven't watched his sector time, so I've got no idea how this lap is doing. Oh, into the pits. No, he didn't. Just a very wide through there. Well, let's see. Is this good enough to go to Q3? Only 12. Only 12. Yeah, 130.4. That's not a slow lap.
No, definitely not.
But the guys are really cranking up the pace. This is a nice track to drive, Nick, if you get your rhythm going.
Yeah, look, like you said, it's all about rhythm. Once you've got that rhythm, boy oh boy, this is a really fun track.
Yeah, I don't really see anybody else out on track.
I see Titus is going to try another lap.
There we go, he may as well now. Although I don't know if would you want to put 2 quali laps on the softs in France? Although
he invalidated as well.
this lap is invalidated. No, I think he's got to call it now. Look, it's not all isn't lost. There's only 15 drivers. You start on absolute free choice of tires, brand new mediums at the start of a race.
Yeah.
And that opens up opportunities. So not all isn't lost here.
I see Manu's now out on the out lap on softs. New set of softs.
There we go. That gives us some action to watch out on track. Let's see if he does the quali line. No, he actually drives through the track. Yeah. If you go on board, you can see quite a bit of rain on the camera and that, but I don't know if there's any standing water or anything to really worry about. Just a minute or two ago, Warlock put on a 128.8, so I don't think the track is that bad just yet.
Yeah.
Let me just try see what was Warlock's perfect. Manu's previous lap was a 130.5 on the softs, so he can definitely get into the 129s. You would imagine on these softs, so he might still be able to go through to Q3. Yeah, he's about the only guy out on track and the only guy who can still improve his time. If you watch top right hand corner, you'll see some telemetry there. It'll give us his sector time so we can track how he does through his lap. About to get to the end of sector 1 and he's 2/10 slower than himself.
Slower, yeah.
So maybe the rain, I mean there is time to be made up, I guess, in the rest of the lap, but maybe the The rain is now becoming a problem.
Oh, what an exit. Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say his lap seems, good enough from what we can see.
Oh, he's
but-
14 slower
But
now.
14th, he's lost even more time there. That is strange because he looks like he's getting it right. Yeah, and he retires from the session.
Oh, I just wanted to say, yo.
I think that was on purpose, yeah. I think that's just a retirement. Well, there we go. The guys that go through. We've got Warlock, brilliant lap. Nice one from Eugene as well. Very nice lap from Burries. Josh Grimm on the mediums, nice laps. Yaku, Bob, Avilach and Killer Bean. And Tolman, those are our top 10. Who we losing from this session? Red, Fury, Titus, Manu, Nam and Geyabuta, but they have a free tyre choice. Here we go. We don't know if wet or dry in Q3. Let's hope for dry so we can see the guys crank up the pace.
Just want to see. Okay, so no one has commented yet with the weather, so I think it's a guessing game.
Unfortunately not. We'll be surprised and commentate as we see it live.
Ooh, rain.
Pretty much same of the same. This one looks a bit worse than the where we left it off.
You know what? I see there's only 8 drivers though.
I did see 2 of the drivers were grayed out, so I don't know if for some reason there was an issue there.
Yeah.
That is very strange. That's
Yeah, I see Josh is the first one out.
there we
On
go.
soft.
Josh, yeah, it looks like these similar conditions that we had. This doesn't look like any standing water yet, so maybe, yeah, it looks dry all around.
See there, Warlock is out, Badish is out, Yaku, Avila.
So these times this kind of rain reminds me of what we had in Q1, and
Yeah.
what was that 134 was about.
Yeah, we did a 134, 135.
So let's see where this goes. Yeah, only Grim still in the pits now, but he's about to get out the pits as well. So everyone else out on track. Not much of an issue. There's only 8 drivers. There's a lot of space on this track. So you see Josh take the nice outlap line. Doesn't bother with the corners. Who's that behind him? That's Buddies, I think.
Badish, yeah.
And behind him is Bob. So those are the first 3 we'll watch. Let's watch Josh.
So,
He'll give us the
then
first
I will
time.
be on Badish.
Yeah, let me know if there's any
Cool.
action. There we go. Final corner. Bob is on the straight. He will give us our first flying lap in Q3. This will be provisional pole at the end of this lap, of course. Yeah, slightly tentative on the throttle. I don't think too much drama just yet.
Badish looking very good.
Yeah, I'll tell you sector times here as well, then we can compare.
The Badish sector 124.7.
Yeah, I just missed that as I put the telemetry on a bit late. But we can watch it on the sector 2 time, because Josh is about to get onto the back straight where he'll cross that. He's a 54.2.
Yeah, 54-2 as well.
We're matching each other. That's nice. That's what we want to see. We used to...
Oh, nearly lost it. And de-invalidated.
Let's see, Yaku left the session, not sure why. Warlock retired from the session, not sure why.
Oh, Warlock lost it.
Well, let's watch Josh as he does the last two corners. Didn't look like a lap where you could necessarily push as much as you'd imagine, but no real drama either. And it's a 1:37.5.
I see Avilach is the next person to pass.
I think it's Bob, then Abilach. Bob 1:38.3. Then Abilach, what does he do? 1:38.5. Then I think Eugene, yep, he's on the last straight. 1:37.7, very nice lap from Eugene. Next driver will be, I think, Grim. He's in the final few tricky corners. I do think the rain is getting a bit worse. I think we'll only really have this run in Q3. If I drive on board with the drivers, I can actually start to see the raindrops on the road, which does make me think it's getting worse.
Yeah.
Grim crosses the line, only 1:38.8. I say only, that's a very good lap, but that is quite a bit off. We know that's quite a bit off pole pace.
Let's see, he's trying to push it again.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds off the pace, that's not great. Yaku is still in the pits. Buddies, he went back into the pits, he hasn't come out yet.
2 tenths quick already.
There we go. Well, let's watch Grim. He's clearly putting on a good lap.
Oh,
and he abandoned this one.
Okay. Right, so we see Barry's on an outlap now.
Yeah, brand new softs. Maybe underfueled it a bit. And we can't quite tell yet how bad the weather is. We saw Grim went 2 tenths faster, although Grim's first lap was a lot slower maybe than...
So, let's see, what do you think the race is going to be? Do you think it's going to be a dry one?
Yeah, you know, the drivers, when they're in quali, they can see the weather. Yeah. They can see the weather for the whole weekend, so to speak, or for qualifying each session and the race. And the fact that they in Q2 were trying to qualify on mediums makes me think that it is a dry start.
Dry. Yeah.
But that's just a guessing game. I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together. But that would be nice, you know. You want some dry, some wet. That's probably the most exciting combination.
Yeah, yeah.
Last night, for those who didn't watch Q2, I think it is roughly lap 14, 15. So guys were trying to make their dry tires squeeze for quite a long while. Yeah, I'm on board with Barry's now as he starts his lap. I mean, it looks wetter than it did earlier, but we can't just tell just yet. Yeah, a bit tentative on throttle, but no drama. He said has kept it in line very nicely.
Oh yeah, it's much wetter now.
Yeah, so everybody else in the pits, I think everyone's realized it is much wetter. Everyone's realized there's not too much time to be found. Yaku, we haven't seen him. I don't know if we've seen him out. But either way, he hasn't completed a lap. Warlock, we think, lost it and spun off.
Oh, Barry's nearly lost it.
I saw there, he had a moment as the rear of the car got a bit lively.
Blue sector 2. Oh, I mean purple sector 2.
It is showing purple sector 2, so... Oh, no invalidation there, but lucky there. But he's got a very smooth style. This is my first time to see Barry's, but I'm liking how smooth he is. He's able to, even in these conditions, make it look fairly uneventful, get the right lines.
Yeah.
But compared to a bone-dry track, you can hear that he's having to feather the throttle, and he has again given up on the lap.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too wet.
I'm surprised. I thought if he put a time in, he would at least have been 6th. So I'm not quite sure what, unless he's thinking it's time for inters, but inters will never be 137s, 138s, so...
No, I think that will be at least like 140, 141.
Yeah, guys are leaving the session now, so I'm pretty sure... not the most eventful Q3, but we had some great laps by Josh. He's a 137.5, not far behind Eugene, 137.7. Bob's been doing really well as of late, especially on one lap pace. He's a 38.3. Avilach 138.5, not far behind Bob. And then Grim, we saw he's quite a bit off the pace, 138.8. And then Warlock, we think will start 8th because he retired from the session.
I see Barry's now on inters.
Yeah, the track definitely looks to me to be a lot worse than it was. Yep, you can see a bit of spray. Maybe he decided he was going to only be 6th anyway, so he may as well have a practice run on the inters. Why not? Yeah, just watching now, you can definitely see spray behind the car that we haven't seen. And it's now saying Jaco has joined the session, so maybe he's got some issues.
Barry's nearly lost it there, but he got it back.
You can see he was completely off the track there. Just his outlap, so it won't cost him anything. Car number 69. I wonder what that stands for. Yeah, I definitely had to. Maybe it sounded like about 80% throttle through that fast right-hander.
Yeah, so it looks like it's only Bob and Barry's left in the session. Oh, it's only Barry's now.
Only Barry's now. There we go. Everyone else is knows they're not going to improve. Yeah, this is a lot wetter now. This is proper inters. I think DRS might be disabled soon as well. In fact, I think DRS is already disabled.
Yeah, it is disabled.
There we go. So this lap's going to be a lot slower than the chaps in front of him. But if nothing else, he getting his eye in, he's securing a 6th position.
Oh, bit of a slip there.
Ooh, yeah, a lot of upshifting, just trying to get traction into those rear tires.
Purple sector 2, I think something's wrong.
It shows, yeah, sometimes Codemaster shows us a purple sector and just tries to get us excited. Yeah, as Barry's did before on the softs, he's still looking Like he's getting the car to point in all the right directions. Not too much drama.
Now let's see what he into it.
I think it was a 140. Yeah, no surprises there. It's I say only 6th, but at least it's 6th. That's not a bad place to start from. And since he qualified on the Inters, it's anyway a good effort. And that's our starting grid. Take us through it, Nicholas.
Yeah, sure. So at first position we have Josh, second we have Eugene, in third position we have Bob, Avilach in fourth position, Grimjaw in fifth, Barry's in sixth position, and then Warlock in seventh, and Jan Yaku Nagel in eighth.
Yeah, we're not quite sure why we didn't have 10 drivers in the session, but we'll have a formation lap now. We'll remind you of the starting positions. We'll go through the whole pack again. And like we said before, we're about to be surprised by the weather. Dry.
Oh, it's sunshine.
There we go. Now we can turn the pace on properly. If I'm allowed to say, I do hope for a bit of rain somewhere through the session. That just makes for some good entertainment. Nick, you were in the racing point. Whereabouts is your pit box?
It is more or less in the middle.
So I must tell you, in the Mercedes, you're the very first pit box. It is actually quite a long pit exit here, and it can make you quite nervous trying to watch the track. It's not the easiest pit exit either, you know. Cars are full pace. You come right onto the racing line. There we go. Okay, this is our starting grid. Let me put some telemetry on.
Yeah, same on this side. He does.
Let me look right now at the tires. Okay, we've got Josh. He's starting on the mediums. Pole position on the mediums. You can't ask for anything more. Sunshine in France. And then Eugene, I said it earlier, very good show in quali. He's definitely a guy with a bit of pace. Yeah. He is in second on the soft, so he's going to be fast off the line. We'll watch out for what that does for this race. Bob did very well to qualify on the mediums. He's in third as well. That is a great place to be. Avilach, fourth. I think that's one of his highest qualities so far this season. But yeah, also on the medium, so that's a brilliant place to be. By the way, I think these are all, they're not brand new. They'll be their quali laps. Grim, he's also on the mediums in fifth. He didn't quite switch it on in Q3, but nonetheless, he's in a good place anyway. And then Barry's a good show there in sixth in his first race. He's on the soft, so he's got 3 guys on mediums in front of him. He might hunt them down in the first few laps as well. So we'll look for that midfield to be very exciting. Warlock in the Haas. Austin, we saw him quite quick in quali. He is 7th on the softs as well. Yaku in the Renault, he is 8th. And then Killer Bean, first race in FTR in the top 10. Well done, son. And he is also on the softs. And he is the last of the drivers on the soft, so he'll be pushing the guys ahead of him. And then behind him, Torment did well to get into Q3, although we didn't see him in Q3, but he's on the mediums, so he did really well in Q2 to go through on the mediums. Well done, Torment. And then guys with free tire choices, they all decided on mediums, brand new mediums. They go how many laps, Nicholas? 12 to 15
12
easily.
12 to 13.
Yeah, 12, 13 easily, maybe 14, 15 if you're brave and you can make them work. And those guys are Red Fury, Titus, Manu, Nam Assassin. He's quicker than 14th, so I think we'll see some racing there. And then Gerard, starting from the back. I say it's the back, it's only 15th. He can make something work there. Nick, I am on board with Josh. Take us through the race start.
Righty, so let's just wait for the lights. That's not showing on my side.
It is 5 lights, and they're out.
And off we go. Beautiful. I'll be on Eugene. Oh, Eugene got a great start. Let's look just on the inside. Oh, very close. Eugene sticking on the inside. Ooh. Just touching Josh. Okay, now my position's on the
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, then first lap Codemasters likes to confuse us. I'm on board with Eugene. He is second in front of him, Josh. Behind them, Bob. Bob looked like he got such a good start on those mediums next to Eugene. That surprised me, but he has remained third. Behind him, Grim. He's made up a place. Well done, Grim. He's fourth. Barry's has also made up a place.
Yeah, Avilach lost 2 positions so far.
Avilach, unfortunately, 6th. I don't see any damage, so just a consequence of lap 1, but he can still fight it from here. There we go. Predicted stops, lap 11 to 13 on the mediums. Yaku in 7th. Red Fury, he's made up some places. He's in 8th. We'll show you position changes shortly. I'm on board with Yaku as he goes on the inside of Avilach. On the softs.
Third position.
There we go. Let's go to Bob. He is not able to switch those mediums on as well as Grim. Grim up in third in the podium positions. Let me say where he belongs. And I see Eugene. Is that right? Yes, Eugene has taken the lead. Brilliant. Brilliant from Eugene, making those softs work. That's what you want to do. If you're on the right tire, you've got to make the right moves. And he's, let me put the gap in there. He's 9/10 now ahead of Josh. Grim a little bit further down the track, but he will...
I see Barry's took 4th position now from Bob.
Yeah, let me go to Barry's. That is nice. I don't know if Bob is struggling, maybe... but again, it's soft versus medium, so almost to be expected. Barry's immediately is on the back of Grim as well.
Killer Bean replacing a wing and putting in mediums.
Avilach loses out to Red Fury as well now. He is down in 7th from 4th. Early days still, he just needs to be patient. But this midfield is always going to be a hard battle. And the guys on softs are making it work. Hey, Barry's is right behind Grim.
Yeah, I see that Eugene is now 1.3 seconds in front of Josh.
Yeah, while you've got the pace, you have to use it. I'm on board with Barry's now. He's 4/10 behind Grim in a very twisty part of the track, which is almost any part of the track. And I think, is it Killer Bean? He is without a wing. I see him limping in sector 1. He's going to have to carry that pain for a whole lap before we can change that wing.
He just replaced it though.
Let me just try get another view. He's definitely missing a bit more than the end plate on the right.
Oh no, and he just came out of the pits. That's
that
unlucky.
is, yeah, he'll be a lap down after that pit stop. That is not great news. Maybe his safety car can save him later in this lap or later in this race. But after lap 3, a bit of action already. Sorry, we couldn't maybe catch all of it. But Eugene, he's leading the race on those softs, making them work. Josh is 1.6 seconds behind, slowly slipping back.
Bob at the moment, fighting for 5th position.
There we go, we'll go to them now. So it's Josh, Grim, Barry's doing really well, Bob, Red Fury, and just behind them Avilach as well, just behind that Yaku. Let me stay with Red Fury and Bob. I'm on board with Red Fury now as he goes into this absolutely flat out right-hander. And they are really battling it out here on each other's gearboxes. And Red Fury looks like he might have a bit more pace behind Bob there. And Avilach is licking his lips behind that battle. So is Yaku. Yaku will be one to get ahead of them. Yaku's the guy on the softs. He wants to get ahead of these guys on the medium. He'll have to get quite crafty after this lap. Oh, Red Fury, I think that may have lost him a bit of wing. Oh, and there's another car. Is that Manu? Yes, Manu spun out on the last corner. Oh, he comes back onto the track in front of Nam. Let me just go back to Red Fury. I could have sworn he must have had a bit of damage. No, he looks fine.
Can't see any damage.
He looks fine. Oh, it's Bob that got the damage. Front end plate of Bob gone on a race that should have been beautiful for Bob. He's just hasn't had the best first few laps. And I'll tell you what, Avilach, if we just watch him for a second, he is pushing Red Fury along, and now with Bob's wing damage, he'll want them to get a move on.
Wow.
Ooh, and we're watching Red Fury around the outside in the S-bends ahead of Bob. I think he knew Bob was going to struggle on that left-hand corner, but Bob fighting it back. And Bob getting ahead. Will he have the grip? Oh, slips out quite far right, but he makes the corner work. This is going to be a painful corner with Bob without the end plate, but he positions it so well.
Bob doing very good.
Brilliant driving. I'm going to say very well done by Bob there without an end plate to keep Red Fury behind, who's looking very quick. Yeah, Killer Bean 10-second penalty.
It's a second penalty.
And is it showing another one? I'm not sure what is
Penalties,
happening with him.
He's got 30 seconds already. Yo.
Something has gone dodgy there. I'm on board with Yaku now. He's on the softs. He's behind Bob, Red Fury, Avalach. They are all pushing each other for a very nice little midfield battle.
Oh, and Red Fury just going far.
Red Fury goes wide. Yaku goes alongside Avilach. It's all happening here in the fight for 5th. And that's a very important fight for 5th. There's 2 guys ahead of them on softs, and we know that mediums are the better tyre. That's mine and Nicholas's prediction anyway.
Yeah. I see Avilach at least in the DRS.
There we go. It depends what wings the guys are running. You can go a little bit less wings for the straight line speed. You can.
Avilach really close to Red Fury.
He is trying to push. Patience is the game here, though. Sim damage is on. If you don't know what that means do not touch anyone. And their Killer Bean has DNF'd and left the session, but we think something was wrong with there. Anyway, that's heartbreaking stuff. 14 drivers left now. While this battle carries on, you see Avilach getting very close to Red Fury as well. I'll just give you a reminder of where everyone is. Eugene, he is first. He's only 1.2 seconds. Those softs will start going off any moment now. Josh still looking pretty, 1.2 seconds behind him on the mediums. Then it's Grim not far behind them. Then Buddies on the softs. He's made them work so far. Let's see how long the guys on the softs can push it. And then the battle we've been watching. Bob is in 5th, making 5th work. Despite missing an end plate on the right of his wing, but he's positioning his car really well. He's not making mistakes. He's keeping it quick enough. He's 5 seconds behind, 4 or so seconds behind Buddies, but that doesn't matter. He is still running in 5th. Very nice. Behind him, Red Fury trying to push him along, but Red Fury can't get behind. Behind Red Fury, Avilach, they all have DRS on each other. As I see, Red Fury now does go around the outside in front of Bob into the S's, and Red Fury will now be gone. I think he'll have the pace.
Bob catching him now.
But Bob, I don't know what Bob is doing right in that car, but he seems to be, unless he's running a lot less wing anyway, I think he seems to have a lot of pace. Avilach in the meantime, he is still right behind them, so is Yaku. Let's go through the rest of the field. Torment in 9th, he's ticking along nicely on his mediums. So is Titus in 10th, all in the points. Gea started. UG pitting, we'll watch what that does now. Thanks, Nicholas. Let me just tell you, Gea started 15th, he is now 11th. Nam 12th, Warlock 13th. Manu 14th. Manu has pitted, by the way. Let's see, what did Eugene put on? Mediums. He'll have to stop again. They're not going to go to the end of this race. was leading the race, did a very good first stint, made the softs work for him, and he comes out 11th.
Yeah.
So there we go, Josh is now our race leader on the right tyre. We said that from the start. Let's see how Eugene's strategy works out a bit later in this race. We don't know of rain coming, it looks absolutely bone dry right now.
I see Avilach catching Bob now.
Here we go, let's watch, unfortunately for Avilach, Bob also keeping within DRS of Red Fury, so that gives him a nice tool of defense against Avilach. Avilach should be able to navigate these corners easier, no damage.
Bob actually doing very well with damage.
Bob is really impressing me tonight. He is looking quick. He's getting through these corners. No real signs that he's got wing damage. He's keeping it. Avilach going that wide line, trying to cut it in. Whoa! The rear's not sticking to him, and Yaku says thank you very much. Oh, and I'm not sure what happened there, but Yaku back in 6th, Avilach in 5th.
The Red Fury went to go in 5th. No? Bob, sorry, went to go in 5th.
Bob went to go pit, there we go. That makes Red Fury go all the way into 3rd. Behind him, Avilach still doing really well in this race.
Penalty.
There we go. I was about to say 7 laps in and no penalties. On lap 8, Red Fury becomes the first driver to get a 3-second time penalty.
And Avilach passes Red Fury. No, what would happen there?
Yeah, I think Codemasters is tricking us slightly with that. I think we'll have to call it as we see it.
Yo.
But yeah, the gap is 3/10. I'll go on board with Avilach as he's in DRS. 2/10 now, 1/10. No, you don't dive inside Regan. He is quite a hard racer, so Avilach decides to be patient. But the gap is still only 3/10. Behind him, Torment. He seems to be catching this batch now. Elsewhere on track, I see Eugene after pitting. He is already up in 9th. He is behind Nam Assassin, very closely behind. Brand new mediums. He can make something work there for him. Okay, I'm just going to go to this battle where Avilach is still chasing Red Fury. This is currently the battle for pole, for podium.
Joining them now.
Yeah, Torment's doing really well, I must say. He's caught these guys. I'm going to follow this battle. Nick, if you can just commentate for me for a lap or so. I just need to do something my side.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to stay on. Let me go to Avilach. He is 3/10 behind Red Fury. Let's see what happens here. He's going to try and chase him down. Oh, you see Eugene drop down. Eugene pitted again onto hards now. Right, see Bob is also on hards. Let's see Avilach in the DRS zone, catching up Red Fury again. The Torment is 9/10 behind Avilach at the moment. And Titus, which is 4.3 seconds behind. Torment kills. Here Boerta actually doing well. Went from 13th to 7th position. That is very well done. The Avilach on Red Fury's backside now. Let's see what happens in the next corner. Oh, Red Fury doing very well. These lines are just perfect.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Cool.
Sorry, thanks for that, Nick. Yeah, I was just went on board with Torment as well because it's a good view of this battle.
I see Torment closing in on them now. I see Paris is now on mediums. He's in 9th position.
Oof, Avilach is close as he's been 1/10 there.
I think that Eugene actually had a incorrect tyre selection because he's now on hard. He's going to go and pit for hards.
Oh dear. Yeah, that means to me that we are expecting dry weather throughout this race.
Yeah.
I must say, Avilach is looking quite quick. He is really trying to find a way around Red Fury. Red Fury is keeping it pretty clean and pretty quick. He's able
and he gets a
to...
3-second penalty.
Yeah, he just explored track limits there on the exit. Can he stick a move here? 1/10? No. Very hard to chuck it on the inside there. Around the outside is almost an easier spot there.
Red Fury getting a very good exit there.
Ooh, sector 1, I'm not sure. Is it Eugene? Yeah, Eugene has had an issue. Eugene down in 14th now, and Eugene, no damage. I think he just spun.
I see Josh pitting now.
There we go, our race leader. Sorry Josh, we haven't given you much airtime, haven't spoken about you much. He started on pole. Eugene passed him at the start on the softs, but Josh has stayed in it. He's created himself a bit of a gap ahead of Grim. Grim stays out. Grim is now the race leader, and Josh must be hards.
Yeah, he's putting on hards.
Absolutely, we're expecting a dry race. These will take him to the end.
Oh, Eugene 3-second penalty as well.
Yeah, Eugene is not having the best last few laps. That is a pity because he was looking super good tonight.
I see Josh coming out on 6th position. That's actually a very...
That is brilliant. To be on the hards, you don't have to stop again in 6th. And I think Avilach is ahead of Red Fury.
Avilach is.
So sorry about that, Heinrich. After all your battles, we looked away at the wrong moment. But Red Fury is still in DRS. Torment behind Red Fury still in DRS. So the guys are not letting go of this last podium position. Drivers who were on the soft were Eugene, but he's had the wrong tyre choice. He's a little bit out of it right now. Burries was on the softs. He went to the medium, so he might have to stop again. But right now he's 8th and making his way up again. Geya Botha in 7th, 15th to 7th. Very nice first stint by Geya. If he pits now with the rest of the guys, that's probably good for around 7th or 8th, I think, on track anyway. Brilliant by Geya. Very nice done. Josh, we said to be 6th. He is looking pretty. I think he's the net leader by far in this race. Guys pitting now. Here we go. Grim on the hards, no surprise. Avilach getting into the pits. So is Red Fury. Where is Torment? No, Torment stayed out. Let's see, no surprises. Is Avilach serving a penalty? Not quite sure. No, Avilach is out. Red Fury is also on the hards. And
Avilach probably come out 10th. Yeah.
He's coming out 10th. Red Fury about 12th, so that helps Titus in 11th. Penalties now coming for more drivers, Warlock as well. We'll follow penalties just now. Let me just turn on, let's see, stop, so we can see who has stopped. Torment is currently our race leader. Very nice Tapiwa. Him and his teammate in 1st and 2nd, but Josh looking very pretty. He's stopped. He's on the right tire. Doesn't have to stop again in 2nd position. Burries has stopped, but we think he may have to stop again. But he is 3rd, so he can make something work here on the mediums. Other guys around him are on the hards. And then Gerard Botha, he hasn't stopped, but he's on 4th, and I think after these pit stops he might still be in the points. So very nice driving. Grim, he has stopped, probably net 2nd place, I think, still. Behind him, Nam Assassin hasn't stopped in 6th. We'll see what Nam does, where he ends up, I think 11th, 12th after his stop. Yaku has stopped, and he is on medium, so he'll have to stop again, but currently in 7th. He can make something work from there. Warlock has stopped, has to stop again probably. And then Bob in 9th, he's on the hards. I would say doesn't have to stop. And Torment
just pitted, yeah.
He's in the pits, so is Gerard. We'll see now where they come out. There we go, he comes out behind Avilach. Very nice outlap by Avilach, because that is only 4/10, so made those new tyres work for him.
Oh, Eugene putting up the fastest lap, 1:32.9.
Yeah, on the hards, that's very nice. We know Eugene's got pace, so he's a little bit out of place in 14th. Yeah, Ronald's saying he has a remote issue. It keeps on turning and his gear changes are very delayed. He's not sure what's happening with his controller, so that's why we don't have Ronald. Sorry, Ronald. Coming off your win in Canada, that would have been a very nice track to continue it. Yeah, let's see, where do we stand? Lap 13, that's just about half distance. Lap 13 and a half would be half distance, I guess. Josh crosses the line, lap 14, here we go. Last half of the race. Josh in first place, he is on 3-lap old hards. Probably doesn't have to stop again. Something big's going to have to happen for that to change. Burries, he's only 5.8 seconds behind. We can watch that gap because Burries is on the mediums. Can he make a play from there? Behind him, Grim. Realistically, Grim doesn't have to stop again, so probably net second position anyway. And then Yaku, he's looking nice in fourth. On the medium, 6-lap old medium, so he is going to have to stop again, we think. Warlock as well in fifth. And then Bob, he doesn't have to stop, he's in sixth. I think Bob is probably net third anyway, Nick.
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds behind Bob is Avilach. We saw them fight it out for third position a bit earlier, so Avilach probably net fourth about when the other guys put. Torment looking nice in eighth.
Bob and Warlock's going to fight for fifth position now.
There we go. Let me go on board with Bob. Let's follow him around as probably the closest battle on track right now. Behind Bob is... Yeah.
I'm going to stay on Red Fury and Titus. They're also quite close.
Yeah, let me know if there's action there. We can switch to them as Bob is about 2/10 at the end of that straight behind Bob. Bob gets a penalty as well. We'll follow penalties just now, but they are beginning to rack up. There's a lot of turns, a lot of... Let's see, sector 2, 3, yellow flag. No, I don't see many issues there. Yeah, what I was saying, there's a lot of turns on this track, a lot of places where you've got to cut corners to get pace through them, and that does open itself up to penalties for track limits. At the end of the start-finish straight, Bob and Warlock, they are separated by 1/10 of a second. Bob got so close, I almost thought there was going to be contact, but no damage there, so there clearly wasn't contact. Bob is really trying to get past Warlock now. Warlock on 10-lap old mediums, so they are probably not in their prime anymore. They won't be finished, but they... Ooh, Eugene pits again, and I think he's now left the session. That's a pity because Eugene definitely looked quick. He so far holds the fastest lap, but as I see Bob, he goes side by side. But Warlock fights it on the outside. Very nice defense by Warlock. Just stuck it in late, stayed on the outside, and when you stay on the outside on the right-hander, it became the inside. And then Bob goes through now. Warlock just watches him. We know Bob, for some reason on that straight, I don't know what wing Bob's carrying, Nick, but he is super fast on that straight.
He is very quick on that straight.
We watched him with wing damage drive away from guys, and now with 7-lap old hards, no new wing, he is doing really well, and we think Bob is looking good for a podium tonight. He must just keep it clean. Yeah, and Avilach, he'll be the next guy to challenge Warlock. He's only a second behind. Then Torment, we saw him pretty quick in the first part of this race as well. And then the battle you've been watching, Nick, it's Titus, he's in 9th, and Red Fury in 10th. But I see Red Fury is out of DRS now as he dropped back a bit. Anything happened there, or?
Yeah, he not much. He just had a bit of a problem when he exited the corner.
What I can see as well is, I think it looks like Titus is managing his ERS better. He's
Yeah,
got
he
about
is.
45. Red Fury went down to about the low 20s, so I think he might be saving up again, although he's already 6/10 again. So he's regrouped, he's maybe ready to attack. He maybe should have saved some ERS. He does
Yeah,
have
I
DRS
see Red
now.
Fury's out.
He'll be
Out.
too far behind. No, I think he might actually go for it.
And he does.
Oh, I almost said side by side, but I think she got the move done. I think Titus played the clever game there.
Yeah.
But he'll follow him now, Titus. He had more ERS. He doesn't seem to be using it right now. Nope, he's happy to follow Red Fury for now. That was the position for 9th. And I think Regan stuck a very nice little move there, Nick.
Yeah, no, that was a very good move. Very good move. I see.
But I'll tell you what, Titus only a half a second behind. He isn't let go. He's going to get DRS now. They might carry on fighting. Yeah, they both put it at the same time. Oh, goes very wide. That's going to cost him. Yep, already cost him 3, 4, 5 tenths. Still has DRS, so maybe he makes up a bit of that.
Warlock, another 3-second penalty.
Yeah, let's go look at penalties for a second. Yeah. Take us through the penalties there, Nick.
Cool. So Bob has a 3-second penalty, Warlock has 6-second penalty, Avilach on a 3-second penalty, Red Fairy 3-second penalty, and Titus on a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, and what we can see out on track here, all of those penalties are going to cost the guys if the race finishes like this. Only 10 laps to go, but the guys are keeping it very close tonight.
Yeah. Oh, Berta as well.
Yeah, unlucky here after that stop. We thought he would be higher up. He's 13th. I'm not sure if something happened there, but something can still happen there. He's on quite new hards. Unfortunately, he's got that penalty now. For those who don't know what happens, those penalties get added to your race time. So if you're less than 3 seconds ahead of the guy behind you and you have a penalty and he doesn't, you will finish behind him when we cross the line at the end of lap 27. So that's a bit of something for the guys to look out for as well. Warlock now pits. What will this be? Nick, softs for a nice bash at the end.
Would definitely go soft.
Yeah, Warlock looked good in quali. He's tried the 2-stopper.
So you must see his garage is right at the end. Oh, mediums.
Okay. Oh, again, look, I think the safety of mediums is they can go all the way to the end. He can push them as hard as he wants now. But softs definitely would have been, if he was able to keep another lap or so. And he comes out, 12th. There's that pit exit I mentioned earlier. Yeah. It's such a blind pit exit, you have to be careful there. And that is now the closest battle on track, and that is for 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let me do the reverse order here. Gerard Botha started 15th, he is 13th. We thought maybe after the pit stops he would win a bit, it hasn't been so. But he's still out on track, he's still keeping a solid run in there. Maybe there's points later on, things can still happen with 9 laps to go. Warlock we saw tried the 2-stopper, but he's got the breast tire out on track now. Let's see what he can do with him. He's not far behind Nam Assassin, so we'll see what that means for later on. And then Nam, he is not at the pace we may be used to seeing from him. He's 11th, but only 1 place away from points. And then Manu, I feel like we haven't mentioned Manu, except I think we did see him have a bit of a moment early on in this race. Right now he is looking solid in 10th for points, no penalties, so that's good. And if it finishes like this, he would need to be a bit closer to Titus to make that work for him.
Yeah.
Titus in the Merc, he is doing quite nice there, that's points. He needs to not get more penalties though. Ahead of him Regan, we've seen Regan be quite quick in this race in a few battles, but he doesn't really have anyone right behind him at the moment or right near him. Torment, a very nice race for him in 7th, that is good points from there. Avilach, he is chasing down Bob and he's got Torment a bit behind him. The guys are a little bit more spread out now, a lot not as tightly packed as they were earlier.
Yeah.
But Avilach does seem to be catching Bob a little, so we'll look out for that. Maybe there's a battle still coming. As I say that, I actually think Torment is catching up to Avilach. Yep, Torment is now within DRS, so we will see how that plays out shortly. Then Bob, very nice race in 5th. Very nice to see, but I was about to say 2 people ahead of him have to pit. That's Jaco in 4th, who's about to go to the pits. We'll see. He does pit, and Barry's as well had to pit, so that'll be a change. So Grim is now 2nd and Josh 1st. Josh is 10 seconds up the road. No one's stopping him tonight. And Barry's, yep, that's what we like, Barry's. There we go, that's the softs. We said earlier Warlock should have pushed it another lap or 2 and gone for the softs. And you will watch Barry's now a lap and 2 from now. That'll be fastest lap of the race. He comes out, Barry's in 6th, ahead of Red Fury. And he'll be able to keep Red Fury behind him on those tires. He'll drop him within a lap or 2-3 seconds, no problem. Which means that will put Barry's close to Torment, I think. Within about 4 or 5 laps, 2, 3, 4 laps to go, he will have a battle for 5th, maybe 4th. I'm just on board with Torment. He goes on the inside of Avilach, and he goes past Avilach on the straight into these fast S-bends. Torment goes a bit deep, but still rotates the car. He'll stay ahead. Avilach gets brilliant drive out of there. Can he fight it back? It's 2 tenths, but he doesn't have much ERS. Torment has way more ERS, and Torment's done that move. Very nice move, but it's up here where that's 4th, and he's knocking on the door of a podium. Avilach has been fighting here 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th the whole night. He's sticking in it. Very nice, consistent driving from Heinrich. Let's see where that ends up later tonight. Yeah, Barry's already dropped Red Fury by 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. He was 7.5 behind Torment and Avilach. That is now less than 6th. Oh, I can't wait to see his time. He has to complete a full lap now, but then I'm convinced it will be fastest lap. Just a shout out, Jaco, he also pitted onto the softs, and you'll watch him now behind Titus. He came out in 9th. Absolutely eating Titus for breakfast, as he got such a magnificent exit. These softs are gonna be such an advantage now. Only 7 laps they have to do on these softs, so almost no tire management. Nick, those softs are good for 7-8 laps, surely.
Oh yeah, definitely. I see Barry's actually got a purple sector 1.
Yeah, that is not a surprise. Barry's now, it was 7.5, it's now 4.9 seconds behind Avilach. Avilach, by the way, still keeping, we'll keep watching that. Yeah, tell me when Barry's gets close to the line. Let me take us through where we are. 6 laps to go. And as Torment will cross the line shortly, let's call it 5 laps to go. Josh, beautiful in his first drive in Alfa Romeo. He is leading the pack, 11 seconds, keeps opening that gap to Grim behind. We haven't seen that much of Grim tonight, but solid performance so far to keep it in 2nd. Grim slightly new tires than Josh. I don't know if that will mean anything. I don't think that much. He might claw that gap down a bit eventually, but Grim's probably managing it because he knows that's an easy 2nd. Bob, we said he is fighting for podiums, and that's exactly where he is. He's got some time behind him. There we go, Barry's now 3.5 seconds behind Avilach, so we will go there shortly. Jaco goes even faster, absolutely creams it. I think Jaco had more DRS because he got some help from Titus. So that was the 2 or 3 tenths difference that was. So there we go. Torment, we said very nice race. We saw him do a nice move on Avilach. He had to fight for that position, but that's 4th. That is 12 points if he can keep it there. Avilach is not willing to let go of that right now. He's keeping taps on him. But behind them, that man Barry's his first race with FTR, or first race back at FTR, should I say. He is going to catch them. I'm surprised
it's now 2.7 behind.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, mine hasn't updated, but there we go. He's got that gap right down. He can almost see them in front. There we go. If you just watch on board, you can see some flashes of Avilach's Red Bull in front of him, so that battle's going to get interesting soon. Then Regan, Red Fury, he's in 7th. That's still good points from there. Yaku is catching him though. I think we're going to have a position change here as well. Yaku is looking brilliant on these softs. He is already 8th. He's less than 2 seconds behind Red Fury. By the end of lap 24 that we're about to start, I think there'll be a position change here, so we'll look out for that. Manu, very old lap hards, 17 lap old hards. He'll keep it going, I think. But behind him, Titus, that's another battle to watch. Titus on 7 laps younger hards. That's the battle for 9th. So we'll keep watching that. So Nam Assassin, he's on hards in 11th. Behind him, Warlock on much newer mediums. He's catching him. So 3 or 4 battles out on track, Nick. We'll just keep watching what happens there.
Yeah, I see Avilach is now 14th behind Torment, so this battle's been going on quite a while.
There we go. Avilach doing really well to stay there. They are on about the same ERS, so Torment's had to use a lot of electric power to keep Avilach behind. Avilach is equally needing to use some to stay with him, and if I go on board with Avilach and look forward to Torment, you can literally see he is following him corner for corner through this. And Bob is not that far up the track now, only 1.7 seconds ahead of Torment, so 3...
Barry's now 1.5, sorry.
Yeah, let's go to Barry's. He's behind them. So this battle for the last podium position is really, it's Bob. If I look back from Bob's car, you can see Torment there. Torment is trying to keep Avilach behind, and Avilach will be desperate to get ahead of Torment because it's going to be so hard to stop Barry's, who is now 1.1 seconds, almost. Yeah, there we go. It's going to dip below 1 after this set of corners, surely. There we go. Next time they cross DRS, Barry's will have DRS. He's definitely going to make that work. Yaku's behind Red Fury. Yaku will get DRS.
And
so
Barry's gets DRS.
2 position changes coming very soon. This time around, Barry's, I think, just too far behind. I'm going to, for now, flick back to Yaku. He is 3 tenths, 2 tenths behind Red Fury. Chucks it on the inside. I'm watching the wrong battle. There we go. Red Fury has managed to fight that. A bit cheeky maybe from Regan. I didn't really see the whole move. This is going to get juicy side by side through the fast right-hander. Regan on the outside line, probably the better place to be. I'm going to go back to Barry's now. He's only 2 tenths and Avilach 4 tenths behind Torment up front. Nick, I need a sip of water. You take us through this battle. It's very close.
Sure. Cool, so on Barry's, he's 2 tenths behind Avilach. He's got DRS. Avilach has got DRS. This is going to be one very close. Going into corner 1. Oh, and Barry's hits Avilach. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's very difficult when the guys in front of you have 13 lap old hards. I think it's hard to pick your braking zone. But
Yeah.
patience, I think he lacked a split second of patience there.
Oof, and Avilach nearly lost it around the corner.
Yeah, I doubt Avilach got much damage from that, unless maybe cooked some tires or something in that moment. But yeah, he's lost a second to Torment up front as well. So yeah, I
Avilach,
can't
3-second
quite...
penalty.
Oh dear. Let's watch penalties there, because these things are going to start meaning something very shortly.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob is on 3 seconds. That's gonna cost Bob. Oh no, because Torment is less than a second behind Bob now. Torment must keep it clean. Torment's got a podium coming here. Bob is unfortunately that's gonna cost him. Avilach 6 seconds right now. That drops him behind Barry, so Barry just has to try stick with him, but Barry seems to have quite a bit of wing damage there. I hope he can keep with Abilach, but I don't think so. He's already almost outside of that 6 seconds. We'll see how that goes. Red Fury's got the 3 seconds. That will cost him because Yaku is just behind him. Yaku can probably be patient now and just do the next lap and a half in that way. And then Titus, he's currently in 10th, but he'll keep that because behind him Warlock has 6 seconds penalties. And then Gerard Buerta in 13th, still ticking along there. He's got 3-second penalties. Sean Towson on the stream commenting, "Go boys, at least it's dry." Yeah, Sean, you fought very hard last night for 4th place in the wet.
Hey, Abilach seems to be catching Torment kills again.
There we
That is now
go.
nearly 10 seconds behind Abilach, so that wing damage is really costing him.
There we go. What's nice for Abilach there is all his hard work of this race is going to work out because he might keep this position.
Yeah.
I'm watching Red Fury behind Barry's now. Red Fury is very soon going to get past Barry's. I think Barry's is struggling with that wing. But Barry's has a lot of ERS, so he can probably dump it all on the straights and try to see what positions he can keep.
Oh, and the Victory just hits the back of Barry's, losing an end lane.
Did Red Fury
And
also...
Yaku takes the inside. He's
There
in
we
sixth position now.
go,
Well done,
Yaku!
Yaku.
Yeah, Red Fury and Barry's with damage, and Yaku waited for his moment. He's 11 seconds behind Abilach. I think 1 lap to go. No, maybe not enough. Only
He's on softs though, remember.
seconds. He is on softs. Maybe that's good for a second or two. Last lap. What action is out on track, Nick? We've got Josh in front, 16 seconds. This is almost a walkover now. No
I see
events.
that Titus and Warlock and Manu, these three are having a close battle as well.
There we go. Manu in 11th. Manu's going to win this either way. He's got no penalties. He doesn't have to defend this too hard. Warlock behind him, 9 seconds. Behind Warlock, Titus with 3 seconds. So Titus is looking good to score a point there for 10th. Oh, Bob. What happened to Bob? Oh, Torment and Abilach past Bob.
Oh, Bob in 3rd position.
No, he's gone off the track, so they'll pass him again. And Bob gets another penalty.
Left wheel.
Oh no, Bob, that is terrible. He'll have to put... Oh no, he can finish this race, I guess. He can finish last lap.
That is unlucky.
And our race winner, Josh, absolutely
Josh.
creams it tonight. Very nice racing. It'll be Josh, then it will be Grimjaw, then it will be, can you believe it, 2 Alfa Romeos on the podium. Torment, can you maybe help us to get those guys onto the chat party, Nick?
Yes, I'm going to try.
Yeah, let me know if you can't get them. I can also quickly go try and invite them. In the meantime, that is Torment in 3rd. Very nice done. Behind him, Abilach 4th. He was fighting for this position. Very nice, consistent drive by Abilach. And 4th is good for 12 points. Yaku, my driver of the day. I am convinced of that. He started way down. He was, I think, 10th after the pit stops. He's now 5th. He just robbed 2, 3, 4 guys of positions on those softs. He was probably the one guy that made the 2-stop work perfectly. Very nicely done, Yaku. And then Barry's, he is in 6th. First race back, but he was fighting for podiums, I think, possibly on those softs. Unfortunately, lost the wing. And Barry's finished 6th. When the classifications come up, driver of the day according to his Torment kills, according to Codemasters, he definitely deserved his podium. Is Josh with a moonwalk.
Okay, Ron, I don't know if you can just quickly help.
Yes, who are we looking for?
Inviting them. I did send Grim invite. So it's just Josh and
Josh and Torment.
Torment, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll get
that's...
Torment as well.
I've got to go there, sorry. Just give us a second. Let's just get the guys onto a party. I am looking for... So I've got Josh. Let me just look for Tormund. Okay, yeah, sorry for the delay there, guys. We're just trying to get the top 3 onto our call so we can have a word with them. We are struggling to get Tormund online after his brilliant drive. That would be a pity if we couldn't get him on. Hey Josh! Sure, what was that in the end? Like 16 seconds? No, modest, yeah, 15, you're right. Was it all easy, Josh? I think in the beginning Eugene looked quite quick on the softs. He got you there, but I think the one-stopper was anyway the strategy. Hmm. Yeah, no, Josh, that was very clean. It looked, I'll say, non-dramatic from your side, except for the first few laps. But I think you didn't have to fight that too hard, knowing you were on the better strategy. Yeah, and then yeah, very well done. That's nice to be back in winning ways. And then Trevor Grimm second. Yeah, good man. I'm sure it's slightly bittersweet. It's not nice for it to be 15 seconds behind, but I think you kept it clean. For where did you start? Like 8th or 5th? There we go. Slowly catch a monkey, and second place is good for 18 points, so nothing wrong with that. And tell us in quali, did you just come out too late in Q3, or was the track was getting a bit worse? You you lose plenty. Yeah. Okay, we were wondering why we didn't pick up that DRS was disabled, but all right, from 5th to 2nd, that's good for good points. Yeah, well done, man. And then definitely driver of the day, Tormund. How was that race, man? And you were on brand new mediums at the start then, eh?
Yeah, I started on mediums and then I moved over to hards. I was a bit fortunate there, got a puncture at the end. Mainly at the time penalty, so I managed to jump up.
Yeah, I think by the time he got the puncture, I think full credit to you. I think you've caught him already. We saw you close that gap. You were within his penalty. It's good driving, man. Don't let a puncture get in the way of your glory. Yo. Yeah, he was relentless. So we could see you had to keep your cool with fast guys behind you. So brilliant drive.
Yeah, we actually fought a lot. There's a time when I was behind him and he was behind me. I was pushing
No, Tapio, very well done, man. I think definitely driver of the day, and nice to see Alfa Romeo score 2 podiums and first guy of this first race of this team pairing.
Many more.
So where we go next? Austria. I mean, that's a track where I think every single driver knows, every single driver is quick. So that should be quite a fun track.
Yeah, I think everyone just wants to do it.
I think we should deliberately do it in the wet to make it fun or something. All right, well done to our top 3. Yeah, that's Josh, Grim, and Torment. All 3 of you guys just showed that you got to be consistent. You got to get the right strategy. Luckily, it was a dry race, so no surprises there, and no penalties. More importantly. All right, thanks everyone. I think that's it from us. We'll see you guys next week in Austria. Cheers everyone. Thanks Nick. Thanks for joining us in the comms box.
Cool. Thank you very much, guys. And thank you for tuning in. And then we will catch you guys next week.
Yeah, next week.